This is the brand new Hypergo 14301. This thing is 1/14 scale, and you may have noticed it looks a lot like one of my favourite RC cars. That's right, this thing looks a lot like the 3S Infraction BLX. That is one of my favourite RC cars of all time, and that is definitely where MJX got all of their inspiration from. Now you may have noticed the word genius on the thumbnail there, but what makes this thing such a genius move by MJX? Now I think releasing this is a genius move by MJX because they've realised there is a space in the market for something like this for all the people who can't afford the 6S or the 3S Infraction, but they're still looking for a similar looking vehicle. This thing is perfect for them. Now hang on, you may be thinking we've seen loads of cars like this on the channel, and yes, you are 100% correct. I've featured WL Toys cars like this. I've also featured the SG1603, which is probably the most well known. The only issue with those is they're a lot smaller, and for that reason I think this thing is going to be a great option. Being 1/14 scale, it is a little bit bigger, it's also a bit heavier, but it will come down to performance. Now we've got a lot to get through on this video today, so let's first take a look at what we get in the box. So in the box, obviously we've got the car itself, we've got a USB charger, a screwdriver and a cross wrench. Now I've actually got two chargers in the box. I've got a 3S charger as well, and that is because MJX have sent me the 2 battery version. Now this thing comes with a 2000 milliamp hour 2S lithium ion. That's only 15C, but that should be good enough for a model like this. This also comes with a 3S 2000 milliamp hour 25C. We've got a spare fan and a couple of sets of spare tyres. It looks like we've got the drift tyres here and potentially the rally tyres. Now we will take a closer look at these later when I fit them to the car. We've also got a basic black and white manual, and there is a leaflet in there telling you how to adjust your gyro. And if you've picked up anything from my videos, you'll know I do love a good gyro. Finally, the transmitter. Now these things feel quite nice to hold. They only take 2 AA batteries. We've got a nice foam grip on the wheel. You've got your usual features such as your steering trim and your throttle trim. Overall, not a bad piece of kit. And what's really nice is the on and off switch is actually a speed setting switch as well. You can adjust that from 70% all the way up to 100%. Now I'm really glad MJX has got rid of the GPS functionality on their cars, because these things used to be a lot bigger. If you go back to the Hypergo, the first Hypergo brushed, these things were huge, and that was because of all that GPS functionality that no one really needed. Now we've got all the box stuff out the way, let's have a look at the truck itself. And here we are, back to the truck then. Now this thing looks fantastic. I love the fact that they've gone for the colour scheme, very similar to what you find on the 3S BLX, because I'm a huge fan of that anyway. So with this, I think they've done a great job. So we've got a black grille on the front, roll cage and black rear wing. All the way down the bottom there, we have got a black rear diffuser. And then finally on the top, we've got a little bit of body protection with these plastic skid plates. So overall, a great looking truck. And you may have noticed it is already a little bit beaten up, and that is because I've already had to film the speed run part of this video earlier on in the week. But great looking car. Well done, MJX. So let's get the body shell off and take a closer look underneath. So let's take a look underneath then. Now when you get this out of the box, you may notice you also get a dust cover, which is a nice little feature. I'm not using it at the moment, but you can fit that on. I'll show you quickly what that looks like. And this is what it looks like with the dust cover on. Now that's going to come in really handy. It's going to keep all that dirt and grime out, especially if you take this thing off-road. Right, so let's talk about the electronics first then. Now we've got a 45 amp brushless ESC, and that is paired with a 2845 3700 kV brushless motor. We've got a nice heatsink with fan. We've got a 17 gram servo with a servo saver, a standalone receiver, and that is the gyro. Now you can adjust this from here, and that is going to allow you to select how much stabilization you actually want. Now the ESC comes with a good quality Dean's connector. Now you may have noticed I am using an extension lead. Now that's plugged into channel 3 on the receiver, and that is for our LED lights. Now if you don't use an extension lead, it's really short. The leads that are attached to the car are really short, and it does make it a little bit difficult when it comes to changing batteries. So invest in one of these really cheap servo extension leads, and you're going to be good to go. Now I will be passing feedback back to MJX. If there's anything you want to see changed or anything you want to see in the future, make sure you drop a comment down below, let me know, and I'll pass that on to MJX. So moving on to the chassis features then, we've got metal oil-filled shocks front and rear. We've also got metal CVD drive shafts, again front and rear. I really like this big centre chassis brace. I think that looks really cool, and that reminds me a lot of the ARRMA stuff. Now obviously this thing has got metal diffs and ball bearings throughout. We've also got a metal centre drive shaft. Now I haven't really checked yet, but I think these are adjustable turnbuckles. Now we've got a nice large battery tray with Velcro straps. Now this one also comes with a metal chassis. That feels really nice. And again, yes, it is a little bit scratched up at the moment because I've already done the speed run on this. But overall, this feels like a very good quality product. And it also feels like it has got some good weight to it, so I'm hoping that helps us when it comes to stability. So let's talk about the wheels and tyres then. Now you've got three different choices. You've got the included on-road tyres, which I have already used, and they actually held up really good, and I wasn't going easy on this thing. You've also got the rally tyres, which are sort of like a knobbly tread pattern, and then you've got the drift tyres, which are a solid plastic. Now another thing I would have liked to have seen is an offset on these wheels. I've never been a huge fan of the wheel nuts showing like that, but that's just me. So now that we've got all of that out the way, why don't we find out just how fast the 14301 actually is. Right, so we'll stick the included 2S lithium ion battery in there and let's see what we can achieve. Now it is a little bit damp today, it has been raining. It always seems to be raining when I need to get out and do speed tests. It's just my luck really. Now I think we're going to see potentially 30 out of this. It feels like 30. Maybe 28, 29. This is the stock 2S lithium ion. I'm still unsure about those lights. I don't know what to make of them. These Chinese manufacturers, they always seem to include all these LED lights. I just feel like the truth is a lot of us don't even like them. The headlights and stuff and a couple of light bars maybe. But yeah, let me know what you think of the lights in the comments because I'll be interested to hear what you guys make of it. Right, we'll bring it back. Let's see what we got. Right, so let's see what we got. We've got 27 miles per hour. So 27's not too bad. Let's stick the 3S in there and let's see what we can achieve. Now I think this is going to be a lot more lively compared to the 2S. You can probably hear it already. It's definitely a lot more lively. That gyro's really good, really keeping it stable. Now this thing is quick. What an exciting little machine. It's so quick for such a small little model. It's so stable as well, and that's probably because it does weigh quite a bit. It definitely feels really solid, good solid construction. So stable. Yeah, I like this thing a lot. This thing is the full package for sure. I love it. I love it. Wow. Right, let's see what we got. 39 miles per hour. That is actually really impressive. So not bad speeds at all. Now straight after that speed run, I decided to do this. And this is the tyre condition straight after that run. There's loads of life left on these. Now if these things are cheap, you're going to be able to have exactly the same amount of fun that I have with the 3S BLX Infraction. You're going to be having the same amount of fun for a lot less money. And you may have seen the recent video that I did with the 3S BLX Infraction. One of my main issues was the fact that tyres are so expensive, and considering you're going to be eating up a set after a few runs, it just doesn't make it financially that doable. So let's move on to the LED lights then. Now this can be quite a controversial topic. Some people like LEDs, some people don't. I'm sort of in between. I don't mind some headlights and the occasional LED light bar, but sometimes some companies overdo it. Now as you can see, they are switched off at the moment. If we click the channel 3 button in, there you go, there's your light show. You've got your LED light bar on the top, your front headlights, and then your police inspired flashy lights on the front. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about those, but look, we've got them, so we'll deal with it. Now if I click the channel 3 button in again, everything's going to start flashing. Now on the rear it's pretty much the same story. You've got a red LED light bar, and then you've got some red lights on the back as well. I think they look quite cool. Click the button in again and they start flashing just like the front. So I've got the rally tyres fitted now. I've also got the included 2S 2000 mAh battery in there. Let's see how it gets on. So here we go then, first rally tyre test. Straight away, it does feel like it wants to slide a little bit more than the road tyres did. It does look cool. Now this thing does like to slide. It does feel a lot like the Infraction, and it actually sounds a little bit like the Infraction as well, which is the odd thing really. Really cool. Now obviously I am on the tarmac at the moment, so it is still a little bit grippy. Let's see if it can do anything on the grass. So here we go on the grass then. Let's see if we can get anywhere with this. Well, it is going to go on the grass, but because of its size, it's not going to be ideal. Oh, it's just going to get stuck. Right, so next up, let's see how this thing drifts. Now I've got the drift wheels attached, as you can see. Gyro is still activated. Stock settings as well. Let's see how it gets on. Right, so here we go. Drift tyres on. Let's see how it gets on. Well, already nice and controllable, as you can see. I've still got the 2S 2200 in there. Very controllable with that gyro. Very nice. Now I think for most people the rally tyres are probably going to be the best bet, because they do give you that little bit of extra grip. But that said, this is a lot of fun. And I like this thing a lot. So there we go then guys, what a fantastic run with the new Hypergo 14301. What a fantastic little car, and a great option for people who don't want to spend big money on the 3S or the 6S Infraction. Now this thing handles really well, especially on the on-road tyres and the rally tyres. The drift tyres I'm not a huge fan of, but stick the set of rally tyres on there, stick a 3S battery in there, and you're going to be having the same amount of fun as you would with the ARRMA. Now if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and also make sure you like this video as well. I'm really interested to hear what you make of this little car, so make sure you stick a comment down below and let me know. And this year is going to be a great one. I've got some amazing stuff coming up on the channel and you won't want to miss it. Cheers for watching, see you on the next one. Take care. Now if you want to see more from MJX here on the channel, click one of these videos now.